Well, welcome into Dhaka, Bangladesh for the 22nd Asian Archery Championships here in 2021. 16 countries represented, and we're having 10 titles being sorted out, and we have now reached the individual compound competition, and looking forward to bringing this one under hazy skies here in Dhaka. Humidity has dropped to around 50% for this session, the temperature around 29 degrees Celsius. That's around the high 80s Fahrenheit, and that wind is virtually non-existent, so we should have some good action coming up in this session. Glenn Lama is my name. Thank you for joining us. We have Nikki Hunt with us as well, former world number one. Nice to have you alongside us as well, Nikki, and it's always exciting seeing the individual titles coming down to the wire, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've got the Final Four style here, the two semi-finals leading into the bronze and gold, so it's going to be a really exciting second session.
Indeed, we have 3 Koreans and 1 Indian left as we're going to start with the women's individual semi-finals, go straight through to the bronze medal match and then to the gold. And then we will be with the men's competition where we have 2 Indians, 1 from Kazakhstan and just 1 Korean. That's interesting, isn't it, Nikki, that only 1 Korean has made the Final Four in the men's individual?
It is, yeah. They've been so dominant here at this tournament. So, yeah, a bit more of a mix-up in the men's.
Looking forward to seeing how that one unfolds a little bit later on. But we're going to start off with the women's individual. We have 4 matches to come, the 2 semis, the bronze, and then the gold medal. And we have one archer, Kim Yun-hee, who is going for 3 titles here in this competition. And here she comes now. She's already won in the women's teams and the mixed teams competition, but she's got a very strong opponent coming out to compete against. And Jyoti Sureka Venom in India, one of the world's best, current world ranking of 6. So she is going to be a big contender for Kim Yun-hee, who is going for 3 titles here. So there is Kim on the left-hand side, the 27-year-old, former world number 3. And there's Jyoti Sureka Venom from India. So should be a top match, this one, with Kim already a 2-time world champion back in 2015 and an Asian champion twice here already, once again in 2015, and Venom, a gold medalist as well. She's got a stellar career behind her. Never won a world championship gold medal, but has certainly done brilliantly at the Asian Championships in the past, winning 3 gold medals, including the individual title back in 2015. So here we go, end number 1. It's going to be Kim Yun-hee to start this women's individual semi-final.
Saw a little movement, sort of shifted and swayed a little bit over to the left, and off the arrow went. Solid from Jyoti.
Well, there's the first maximum score for Kim. But Venom taking her time with that last arrow, and there is the result. A perfect start for Venom with 3 10s in a row, and that's a good 2-point lead to start the semi-final for the Indian, Nikki.
Absolutely. It's the start you want, isn't it? To go out there and put a 30 down, you know, put that pressure back on your opponent. I mean, Jyoti's had a fantastic season so far. She got to the gold medal match of the World Championships in Yankton, lost out to Sara Lopez, who was absolutely on form through those World Championships. So I think, Jyoti's got the momentum this year. She's been competing on the circuit, whereas the Koreans, haven't travelled. They haven't done the World Cup events, so obviously they've done some events within Asia. But perhaps, Jyoti's been out there and on that stage a little bit more.
Yeah, it's an interesting point you raised there. Just going back through their results in the tournament so far, they both scored similarly. Venom 146 in her win in the 1-8 elimination against the Vietnamese archer, and then 148 in her quarterfinal. And the scores for Kim, 147 and 148. So pretty similar from both these two. It's going to be a close match if Kim in particular can pick up her form here. She trails by 2 after the first end. So here we go with end number 2 of 5. And that's better from Kim. Back-to-back 10s now. Another long hold from Venom, but fantastic result from her. That's 4 10s to start the match.
Much quicker arrow. Didn't hold for long on that one at all. Didn't look happy with that at all, did she? You could see the reaction.
Wow, Kim comes back in fine fashion there. 3 straight 10s. And Venom finishes in style as well. So it was a 2-point buffer for Venom after the first end, and it's been cut back to 1. So it's game on, Nikki.
It is indeed, yeah. You can see she wasn't happy with that shot. Just talking to her coach about it now, what happened, but there was just some movement. Something obviously wasn't right, whether she was just aiming off at the time that the release aid went off. It's possible. So other than that, she's looked really, really solid.
Yeah, just that one slight blemish. When I say blemish, it's probably a harsh word to use, but it is. Those really small mistakes can have a huge impact on the outcomes of archery. But it was an important arrow, that last one for Venom, as she put that behind her and came back in style. So 59 plays 58 with 3 ends to go. Remember, the winner goes into the gold medal match, the loser to the bronze medal match. So women's semi-final action. In number 3 now, Kim Yun-hee of Korea. Jyoti Sureka Venom of India. Oh, Kim's found her range now. That's 5 10s in succession. Another beauty from Venom.
Really taking her time on these long holds. Another 9.
Yeah, Kim looked confident with that one, didn't she? So last arrow off the third end. And again, Venom 10 9 10, just like she did in end number 3. So that end was tied at 29 each. So still just a point between the two.
on points after.
Second semi-final will feature an all-Korean battle between Oh Yoo-hyun and So Chae-won. So Venom trying to spoil the all-Korean party. She has her nose in front, but only just.
So India still leading with 1 point.
So 2 ends to play now. Fifth end now to go, and it is still Kim Yun-hee to go first. Well, these two have got it going now.
Another mistake out to the left, looking at the coach. Look at the grouping of Venom. I mean, when she has a mistake, yeah, she had 2 out to the left there, but the rest of them are such a good group.
Good comeback from Kim. Again, 10-9-10, and it gives the opportunity here for Venom to get a 2-point lead. Be huge heading into the 5th end, and she's done it. Second time she's got the perfect 3 in an end, and might not look comfortable on the scoreboard, Nikki, but that extra point buffer that she's got could be absolutely critical with only 3 arrows to come.
Absolutely, yeah, just at the final end now, so going into this with a 2-point lead is going to definitely give her the advantage psychologically as well as anything else.
Well, just the slightest of mistakes again from Kim in that end, and Venom now 118 to 116.
Korea is 118, 118.
Venom, his maximum score she could have got at this bar after 4 ends, of course, is 120. She's only dropped 2 points, and Kim's dropped 4. But Kim will come to the shooting line here knowing she needs 3 10s. She can do it. She's done it once in this match in end number 2. And then she will need her opponent to make an error, or possibly 2. Well, let's see. 5th and final end in this women's semi-final. Wow, that could be big. It missed only by a few millimeters. Venom takes advantage, stretches her lead to 3.
Nine, maybe 10.
Jyoti's just got to stick with the process, ignore what else is going on around her. Looking comfortable.
Yeah, she did that beautifully, didn't she? So Kim now, unfortunately not finding her best form in this last end. 3 9s. Well, it's disappointing for her. So Venom, Shask here to win the semi. And she's finished in absolute style. She finished with 7 straight 10s. That is brilliant archery from Jyoti Surika Venom of India. And it ended up being a very impressive performance. 148 from a maximum of 150. That's the same score she posted in her quarterfinal win And it's not going to be triple gold for Kim Yun-hee here at these Asian Archery Championships. She will have to settle for a bronze medal match. But Jyoti Surekavenim of India has confirmed the winner by a comfortable margin in the end, 148 to 143. Well, that was a very good performance from her right the way through the match, Nikki.
Yeah, it really was. Jyoti Venom became the first woman to record, a 150, a maximum score on a televised round. So, she's been on that stage this year. She's gone out there and done it, and she's looking confident to go out there and do it again.
Well, Kim Yun-hee will hopefully get her best form in the bronze medal match. But what a way to finish. Looked like 3 X's, didn't it? It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and you can just see from her shot process, she's nodding, she's happy, everything's going really well for her. So there was just 2 arrows she knew weren't quite right, but yeah, be interesting to see what she can do in the gold.
So Venom through to the gold medal match, and Kim will compete for the bronze. The second semi-final will be coming up between Oh Yoo-hun and So Chae-won in just a moment.
Our next match is compound women individual semi-final between Oh Yoo-hun from Korea and So Chae-won from Korea. Please welcome the judges and coaches.
Time for semi-final number 2 in the women's individual here at the 2021 Asian Archery Championships in the compound. And out come 2 of the best from Korea, Oh Yoo-hun and So Chae-won. Again, should be a terrific contest between these 2.
Compound women individual semi-final. In target number 1, Oh Yoo-hun from Korea.
So there's all 32 years of age.
So Chae-won from Korea.
And here's So Chae-won. First look at her in this session. Already a gold medalist in the women's teams. So Chae-won not competing in the women's teams nor the mixed teams competition. She finished 10th in the individual qualifying with a score of 696. That was 12 points behind the top qualifier, whom we just saw defeated in the previous round or the previous match. Oh finished qualifying in 3rd position, 703. And has had 2 very comfortable wins in her matches so far. So, though, did beat the second seed, her compatriot Song, in the quarterfinals. So, she can play as we get the second semi-final underway. Good start for O. Yeah, that was a big wobble, wasn't it, Nikki?
It was a little bit of flinch there, so a bit of anticipation that shot was going to go off, but it didn't. She had to reset herself and make that shot.
Well, in the end, So did pretty well to recover to get a 9.
9. Nine. Nine.
Well, interesting to see all 3 While the arrows from So Chae-won drop below the horizontal there.
First end of
So it's a 2-point lead for O
semi-final
after the
match.
first end.
Of first end. We'll be waiting for the
Yeah, I
result.
suspect he's, he saw that kind of flinch on that first arrow, and that's a bit of anticipation, bit of nerves, and what we call really, she's probably a little bit soft. So instead of pushing and pulling and keeping that nice balance on the back wall, come into a pressured environment, she's probably just softened off a little bit, not using the normal pressures, and that's perhaps why they've dropped low. She's just having a chat with her coach about it now, and I'm sure he's given her some confidence of what to do, and just keep going, stick to your normal process, you can do this. It was a good group. So she's just got to either maintain her pressures or adjust her sight a little bit as well.
Well, she's dropped 3 points in the first 3 arrows. Has Sol. Noticed on her 1-8 elimination, she scored 149. So that was a very good score. She won't match that in this match. But let's see if she can get on a roll here and lift her standard. So Alt with a 2-point buffer heading into end number 2.
9. X.
Finally making it into the 10, made those adjustments she needed. But just looking way more comfortable.
10.
Well, much better finish there for Sol with 2 10s to finish that end. But there's 30 out of 30 for Oh Yoo-hyun, who has just dropped the 1 point so far after 2 ends. And a 3-point buffer in compound after 2 ends is a nice buffer, isn't it, Nikki?
Yeah, it really is. We've got 5 ends to go. We're not halfway through the match yet, but in these conditions, where the wind's not really playing a part at all, it's a much more close competition. Allowing your competitor to get that 3-point margin on you already. You've really got to just make sure you get everything else in there now and try and put some pressure back on your opponent.
Absolutely. Reminding you the winner of this match will play Jyoti Venom of India in the gold medal match. She defeated Kim Yoon-hee of Korea in the earlier semi by 5 points, 148 to 143. And Oh just looking super solid. A couple of those arrows into the X zone. So here's end number 3 now. So Chae-won to go first to start the 3rd end.
Nine. 10. 10.
Starting to look a little bit more relaxed. First arrow high of the centre of the target.
X. X.
Well, again, the radar's good from So to end. They end 2 10s.
X.
Brilliant stuff there from Oh Yoo-hyun. She has now scored 10 or 6 tens in a row. So 2 perfect ends in a row there for Oh Yu-hyun, the 32-year-old, and that lead is growing by another point after that one.
Yeah, she's really shooting strong here, isn't she? I mean, she's world ranked 160th in the world. The only other tournament we've got her down for was an Asian Grand Prix earlier this year, where she took a silver medal individually. But you know, she hasn't really been out on these stages before, and to come here and shoot a 7:03, that's no mean feat. Shooting really, really well, especially under this pressure of shooting on a stage like this in the finals venue.
Yeah, it's a good point you raised there. She seems destined and born for the big stage. 89 from a maximum score of 90. She's only dropped 1 point in the match so far. That's very impressive. So in number 4 for So Shae-won. Wow, 7 tens in a row now.
9.
Oh, I think that might have clipped the arrow already in the target head. Something hit as it went in, so maybe a slight deflection. She's looking pretty unstoppable right now.
So comes back with another fine arrow to end, but here's O going for 3 perfect ends in a row. Well, that's unfortunate. The run to keep going. Didn't quite get that rhythm and timing right on that one. The hold was just slightly longer, wasn't it, Nikki?
It was, yeah. A little bit of a longer timing. So the time she spent at full draw before that release aid went off and sent the arrow down. So, yeah, maybe she just took too long on it, wasn't confident enough, didn't do the normal routine, and, yeah, wide 9 as the result.
Still, it's very comfortable for Oh Yu-hyun. She's got a 4-point lead with only 3 arrows to come. And that last arrow was a missed opportunity, but she's been very good all the way through the match, having just dropped 2 points, heading into the 5th and final end.
You could just see on that replay.
Yes. Sorry, Nikki.
She just tried to pull that arm across, didn't she, on that replay? So probably just aiming to the left when it went off.
Yeah, it's always the challenge of getting everything right on the shooting line. Right, here we go. 5th and final end of the semi-final. So Shae-won to begin the last end.
10.
Possibly relaxing into this a bit more. Arrow's starting to go a bit higher. Like I say, I think she just started off the match a little bit soft, a little bit under pressure. So still looking strong.
So last arrow here for So. Well, that's not the way she would have wanted to finish. She'll finish with a score of 141. So here is Oh Yu-hyun on the cusp of making the gold medal match. She hasn't got a 10 to finish, but it's going to be good enough. She'll drop 3 points in what's been a very impressive semi-final win for Oh Yu-hyun, who will go all the way to a gold medal match here at the Asian Championships for 2021. And she has proved too good on the day for her compatriot, So Shae-won, beating her by 147 to 141.
The winner will go directly to the final.
Well, not all is lost for So. She will go and compete for a bronze medal against another Korean, Kim Yun-hee. So that will be an interesting match coming up in a moment. But it is Oh Yoo-hyun who will go through to the gold medal match. And her opponent will be from India, Jyoti Venom. But if we reflect on that second semi there, Nikki, I think So with those 3 9s in the first end was really playing catch up from that point, wasn't she?
We got the winner here.
Yes, she was. You know, they grouped well. They were just low. As I say, I think probably the nerves got to her a little bit soft. Didn't make the adjustment quick enough. Started the next end with a 9 as well, and she never really came back. And then making that mistake in the final end. So Oh Yoon-hong, you know, she shot amazingly well through it. 147. Jyoti got a 148 in her semi-final. So we're going to have a really good gold medal match to come.
Yeah, if Oh can continue that strength that we saw during that match where she had 8 10s in a row, it should be a terrific gold medal match coming up shortly. And she ended up being too good, even though she didn't quite finish with another perfect end. That 9 was good enough for her to comfortably win that semi-final. So stand by, we'll have that bronze medal match coming up in just a moment. Kim Yun-hee against So Chae-won, and then the gold medal match will follow between Jyoti Sudeka Venom and Oh Yoo-hyun. Don't forget, after that, we'll have the men's semi-finals. And I'm looking forward to those matches between Mohit of India and Verma of India, and then Kristichu of Kazakhstan up against Kim of Korea. We're watching the compound individual titles being decided here at the 2021 Asian Archery Championships from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Please welcome the archers. This is the compound.
So here come the 2 archers to compete for the bronze medal in the women's individual. The 2 Koreans, So Chae-won and Kim Yun-hee. The nature of archery means the archers don't get much time to reflect or rest after
Number 1,
results, as we
Kim Yun
see the 2 archers
from Korea.
set to go as Yun-hee, Kim Yun-hee rather,
So Chae-won from
will shoot on
Korea.
target number 1, and So Chae-won is back out there
Our line judge
to
is
compete
Dr.
for a bronze medal. Both have fantastic records down through the years. Both are former world champions in teams events, and in individuals we can tell you that Kim has won 1 individual title back in 2015. So maybe slightly more successful of the 2 archers as we get set now for this bronze medal match. It's Kim on target 1. She'll go first. So on target 2. Well, let's see if Salt can end or start this bronze medal match with a perfect end. There's your answer, and that's brilliant from her. Remember, a moment ago she started that semi-final with 3 9s, and that really rocked her, but she has started beautifully here, Nikki.
Yeah, fantastic form from both of them, isn't it? Just saying how their form is very much, kind of recurve-like and straight in alignment. So, yeah, it's really showing through now. She's dropped those nerves she had in the semi-finals and got into that 10 finally.
Yeah, excellent start for Sol. Only 141, and that was, well, yeah, her worst performance of the competition. She scored 149 in the 1-8 eliminations, 147 in the quarterfinal, and dropped to 141. So not at her best during that semi. Kim has gone 147, 148, 143. So you could argue both of these archers didn't produce their best form in their semi-finals, but let's see if they can really continue. It's been a very impressive start. So Kim with a 1-point deficit after end number 1 to start end number 2.
9. 10.
Not much between those first arrows. This is where archery, it's all down to millimetres. One arrow just out, one arrow just in. If they do catch the line, that arrow is called up to the higher score.
10. 10.
Now Kim drops the 1 point in that end, and now Sol will go for 6 10s in a row.
8.
Whoa. Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, it was. She did something similar to that, didn't she, at the end of her semi-final? An 8 high, perhaps just healing the bow. The pressure in that front hand might have just dropped slightly. And that can push the bow high.
Well, that's had a big impact on where we stand at the moment. It's locked the scores up. So had a big chance there to preserve that lead, maybe even extend it by a point.
Both archers got the same point of 58. So at this stage, after
So it'd been perfect up till that arrow there.
archers are tied with the points.
Maybe her brain had gone to thinking about, the outcome and can I complete a perfect score here all the way through. Got to stick with the process.
It's as much a mental game as anything else, this sport for sure. So 58 apiece, third end here in the bronze medal match. Kim Yun-hee.
Ten. 6. 6. 10.
Those nerves have dulled down now, back into the business.
9.
Well, again, it's Kim just hanging out one arrow very slightly.
9.
And again, another arrow. It's a rather loose one. Only just staying in the 9 zone, that one, Nikki. 87 each.
I think they sort of said, do you want to win? No, you win. It's just...
Don't know what's going on with that last arrow, the last 2 ends. We go back to that first end, and so nailed it with 3 10s in that first end.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys shoot together quite a lot. They know each other inside out. It's hard facing a teammate in a match like this, and you know, I say it over and over, but you've got to stick to your process. You can't think about where you are, where you're standing on that stage right now, who you're shooting against. It's you and the target, especially on a day like today. Look at those flags. Not much going on out there. I think the only really consideration for these guys is the amount of heat and humidity, which can affect your front hand, you know, on that bow. So some archers use things like skateboard tape just to try and get a bit more grip through the front and make sure they've got a towel. But yeah, these two just want to try and keep these arrows in the 10 and see who can take this bronze medal.
Well, we got 6 arrows left, and the bronze medal is there for the taking. Kim continues to lead us off in this bronze medal match.
10. X.
Nod from the coach, positive reinforcement. Another wide one. Didn't see anything there that was obvious, but maybe that sight just wasn't in the middle.
10.
I'm not sure that was a 10 actually. It might have just missed the line. Or just quickly check that one as we see Salt. That one's definitely missed the 10 zone. So we definitely know Salt will score 28 in that end. But Kim Yun-hee will just hopefully have a look at that one last arrow.
Yeah, the judge is
reckon
going to have
it
a
might
look
have
at it.
deflected off the-
Glass.
Yeah, you might think it might have deflected off that second arrow of hers there, Nikki, maybe.
Yeah, I think it definitely did. The glimpse I had of it, I thought it might have been out, but obviously the judge has got the magnifying glass out there just to have a good look at it. Let's see what he thinks.
Now, Salt will definitely be on 115 after that fourth end. And she's just not quite consistently scoring, is she? The way she would like. She just promises so much, but then maybe one loose arrow per end is costing her at the moment. Oh, it is 1 point lead for Kim. So 116 to 115 is the advantage. So that last arrow was a 9 in that end. So it's a 1 point game with 3 arrows to come. So Chae-won will go first in this last end.
10. X.
Oh, if Kim keeps scoring like that, the bronze will be hers.
X.
So Chae-won's just got to keep that last one in there as well, really add the pressure.
Well, this one's got to be a 10 from Sol, her last arrow of the match.
9.
Just misses it. And now Kim Yun-hee needs a 9 or a 10 to win the bronze. And she does it in style. She finishes with a perfect end. A fantastic finish from Kim Yun-hee of Korea to beat her compatriot So Chae-won by 146 to 144. And she wins the bronze medal here in the women's individual compound at the 2021 Asian Championships.
We got the winner, and the winner for compound women individual bronze medalist, Kim Yoon-hee from Korea.
Well, pretty good effort there, Nikki, from Kim. 5 10s in her last 6. That is impressive.
Yeah, obviously she was just more consistent through the match, wasn't she? I mean, So Chae-won came out 5 10s in a row and then dropped that 6th one into the 8. And every end since then, she just kind of lost the confidence in the last shot of the end and lost too many points here. So it's a bronze medal for Kim Yoon-hee, who fantastic match from her.
Yeah, indeed. And that last end was very impressive. She was composed very nicely indeed with 3 10s to finish. So there we are, Kim Yoon-hee to win the bronze, to beat So Chae-won. Congratulations to her. And we're standing by now for the gold medal match in the women's individual, which will see Jyoti Surikavenim of India up against Oh Yoo-hyun of Korea.
Our next match is compound women individual gold medal match. Please welcome the judge and coach. The next match is compound individual gold medal match. Please welcome the archers. Compound women gold medal match. Korea and India will be competing.
Well, it's time now for the compound women's individual gold medal match here at the Asian Archery Championships for 2021 here from Dhaka, Bangladesh. And out come India's Jyoti Surikavenim and Korea's Oh Yoo-hyun to compete for the ultimate prize. Should be a terrific match. Both archers in stellar form.
In target number 1,
Venom on target number 1, and she is the 6th ranked in the world at the moment, and as high as 5 in September earlier this year. And Oh,
from Korea.
well, only recently started competing internationally. Current world ranking of 160, but she comes in here with scores of 149, 145, and 147 in her wins that she's had. And Venom scores of 146, 148, and that 148 in her semi-final win over Kim. So that's where we are. Venom, a silver medalist from the World Championships in the individual and teams just a couple of months ago. Let's get it on now between these two. It's the gold medal match in the compound women's individual. It's going to be Oh Yoo-hyun to start the match.
Bigger head movement than normal. She often has a little movement you can see on the follow through, but I wasn't kind of expecting that one to hit the 10.
Yeah, body language wasn't promising, was it?
I think she's quite back heavy in her balance of the shot, and that's why we get a little bit of movement.
So 29 for Oh. Oh yes, that's a perfect way to draw a line in the sand, isn't it? Taking out the spider, 30 to 29, and Venom is firing and shooting with Venom at the moment. Brilliant stuff from her.
Yeah, she's kind of getting used to being up on this stage and putting out perfect scores, so let's see if she can do it again.
you'd like to get 3 10s in the first end of a championship match, and that's what she's done.
Sureka Jyoti is leading with 30%.
It must be hard though. You get that adrenaline, that excitement flowing through you, Nikki, but then somehow you've got to kind of suppress it. Do you, once you come back to the shooting line?
Depends how you use it. You know, it's normal to be nervous, and if you're not nervous on a stage like this, well, you're probably in the wrong sport, but it's all about how you use it.
Yeah, well, that was one thing that was interesting at the Olympic Games, is when the heart rates were being monitored, in the events, and how it varied wildly between a lot of archers. It was quite interesting. Right, let's start in number 2 now. Well, all starting to heat up 2 now with 3 10s in a row.
Hitting her other arrow. Slightly longer hold. Again, that head movement. There's definitely something around the balance of this shot, which is just a little bit different. Just dropped it low.
It seemed to drop into the 9-4-0. Venom finishes with 2 9s as well. So that 1 point lead she enjoyed after the first end is now going to be scrubbed back to tied score. 58 apiece it'll be.
So after 2 N, we see
Has looked as composed and as steady all the way through her matches today. Remember, she won already a gold medalist here in the teams event. Very, very composed archer. Keep an eye on Venom's release there. So I'm not happy with those last 2 arrows. So, 2 ends completed, 3 to come. O to go first.
Overall, just not looking too happy, is she, Venom? I don't think. Trying to find a normal routine.
I just lost her rhythm a touch. That's 3 9s in her last 4 arrows. And Venom comes back very strongly with 3 10s. So that is a very good end there for the Indian archer. She has got a 2 point lead now, 88 to 86.
match is going on. Compound women individual gold medal match.
Really different body language in the 2 archers. I mean, Venom came off the line looking almost puzzled. You know, even though she shot 3 10s, I just feel like she's not completely happy with the shot process at the moment. She's not 100% sure of it, what's happening. She's occasionally getting those shots that are just going out into the 9. So, whereas on the other side, the Korean, happy, smiling, relaxed, behind by 2 points, but 2 ends to go.
Yeah, and of course this scoring format, every arrow counts. So here's the 4th end now. Gold medal match in the women's individual. I didn't seem sure, but it looked like it just clipped the line.
10.
That one's definitely on the line, which means it'll default to the higher score.
X.
Like a good solid arrow, nice and steady with a hold.
X.
Not looking happy, big out breath.
Long hold here for O, but she's recovered nicely and she's got the maximum 30 from 30 in that end. Can Venom match her? Yes! Great archery from both. And now the smile is there on Venom. And 118 plays 116 with 3 arrows to come in the match. Isn't it amazing, Nikki? We've commented about and noticed Venom, the body language hasn't been perhaps as positive as we normally see from her, but she's still only dropped 2 points in the match.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of expectation, you know. She knows she can come out here and shoot perfectly, and you know, she started that in the first end, but then dropped those 2 9s in the second, which is obviously disappointing for her, but she's coming back and finally that smile, so perhaps a little bit more relaxed now, and see if she can maintain that 2-point lead in the last end.
Well, it's a very interesting point. So all here will come to the shooting line knowing that she needs to do exactly what she's just done in the last end, which is go 10, 10, 10. She did it twice in her semi-final, and now she's going to have to do it twice in the final. Fifth and final end. Great start. Another 10 here for Venom, who's really got her form going now. Well, there we are, the slight mistake. Let's see if Orr can capitalise here. She needs a 10 to finish. She's got one. So, it comes down to Verma. A 10 for the gold medal. Oh, it's a 9. It was a long hold. She wasn't confident. She wasn't happy. We've got a tied score, and we're going to a shoot-off to decide who the champion is for 2021.
It is tie up, I think, waiting for the...
Wow, what are your thoughts, Nikki?
Yeah, she just lost the confidence, didn't she, on that middle arrow going out into the 9, and I didn't feel confident for her going into that last arrow. The Korean had put all the pressure on her, another 30, so she had to make a 10, and she probably knew she needed that 10, and another wide 9. So, although she's led the entire match, the momentum's now swung towards O.
Yeah, basically on those last 2 arrows. Yes, a really good point you've made there. Just those last 2 arrows. So, wow, what a twist we got in this gold medal match right at the end. Now, there seems to be one arrow here being forensically examined. That one on the left, has it grabbed the line? That's O's target. If it hasn't, Venom will win. Oh, she's got it. Venom's got it.
Yep.
My word.
Women individual gold medal.
They've looked closely at that arrow, and that is a dramatic finish that I don't think anyone at the shooting end of the target, or the range rather, was expecting. So there we are. It is going to be a win and the gold medal to Jyoti Sureka Venom of India by a point. Wow. Or is it? Hang on a second. They've already declared it, Nikki, haven't they?
Yeah, the judge was clear. He put his arm out. That means a win. The judge otherwise should have put both arms outstretched to indicate a tie. So that was, the decision that the judge made at that target. I think maybe the Koreans are disputing it, but like the judge's word is final. If the judge has decided that that line is out and that's gone down, then that's what the result should be.
That's right. So, but interesting, the archers and the coaches have still not been cleared yet. Wow, we wait.
I think the Koreans are unhappy with that decision, but the judge's decision is final. The rules are that you can't call another judge. Years ago, we used to have a 3-judge rule where you could call a judge. If you were unhappy with that decision, you could call another judge. If the 2 judges disagreed, we go to the 3rd judge. But that was turned over many, many years ago now. 1 judge, 1 decision.
Well, the Koreans are not accepting this decision, it seems. It's the arrow on the left that is under question. So where we go from here, well, the Korean is convinced, isn't he, down there, Nikki? It's very, very strange. And now we see another Korean walking down, having a discussion with some officials just onto the right-hand side there of the range. So where this is going to end up, who knows? But what you've said before, Nikki, is spot on. So I think we just wait. That's all we can really do to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting one because, as far as I'm aware, you just can't dispute it. If the judge has made a decision, that is what stands. The judge clearly raised his arm to the side of Venom, and that would be the end of the match.
Well, we are awaiting this situation to be resolved. We can remind you that there is some men's individual matches to come in a moment. We have Mohit of India up against Abhishek Verma of India in the first semi, and then we have Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan up against Kim Jong-Un of Korea in the second semi-final. And then we'll have the bronze and the gold medal match to decide the medalists in the men's individual. But still, everyone is waiting for this arrow to be, I don't even know what the word is, ratified, or this dispute on that one on the left there. Has it clipped the line? If it has, O will send the match to a shoot off, or if it hasn't, which was declared by the judge a moment ago, then Verman wins the gold. And now I think it's over. It is confirmed, it seems, and it is going to be gold to India. And Jyoti Verma is finally confirmed as the gold medal winner of that match. Hugh Hyun will settle for silver, and reminding you that it was Kim Yoon-hee of Korea getting the bronze in the women's. So after a long process, we finally get the winner confirmed as Jyoti Verma of India. So we can confirm that score again as 146 to 145. Verma winning the gold medal. Here in Bangladesh. So that was a drama we weren't expecting.
I could make it to the gold medal match and win the gold for our country, and I am super happy today.
Weird ending to the match. Didn't know if it was in or out. They were contesting. What was going through your mind?
Actually, I was waiting for the judge's call. So whatever the judge decides, it will be the final one. So I was just waiting for the judge's call. Maybe it will be a tie or it will be a win. So yeah.
Second at the World Championships, Asian champion, and you prevented the Korean clean sweep here. How important was that victory for your career?
Actually, becoming a champion here after the World Championships was really important, because you need to show that you're consistent in your shooting and in your performance. So I think it has been great.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Some great words there from Jyoti Verma, the gold medal winner in the women's individual here in the compound at the 2021 Asian Championships. Wow, if we just park that, the dramatic finish, or the weird kind of finish we got there, Nikki, it was actually a great match, wasn't it? I mean, it was very close all the way through, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Jyoti Verma shot amazingly throughout. She dropped a couple of points in that second end, and then unfortunately she dropped the 2 9s in the last end, which we thought was enough to bring that swing across, but a 10 which was called in originally during the match was then obviously marked down as a 9, just hadn't clipped the line. But a great match, yeah, and like Jyoti said, she went out there, she got a silver medal there at the World Championships earlier this year, and she's backed that up now with another win here, which just shows how successful she is.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the world's best archers, no question about that. The second time she's won this title, she won the individual title back in 2015 as well. So congratulations to Jyoti Verma. It's now 2-time Asian champion. As we get set now for the victory ceremony here in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. Stay with us. Remember, we have the men's semi-finals and medal matches to come in the individual competition as well.
Now, it's time for compound women victory ceremony and presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the compound women individual. Please welcome the medalist. The bronze medal for compound women individual goes to Kim Yoon-hee from Korea, and the medal will be presented by Mohammad Faisal Ahsanullah, Vice President of Bangladesh Archery Federation. The silver medal goes to Oh Yoo-woon, representing Republic of Korea, and the medal will be presented by Major Retired Imruz Ahmed. Now the most prestigious gold medal of compound women individual goes to Jyoti Surekha Venam from India. And the medal will be presented by Lieutenant General Ataul Hakim Sarwar, Chief of General Staff, Bangladesh Army. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of India. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to the athletes.
Well, congratulations to the three medalists in the women's individual and compound archery here at the Asian Championships of 2021. Jyoti Surekha Venam of India winning the gold. Silver goes to Oh Yoo-hyun of Korea and Kim Yoon-hee from Korea getting the bronze. So the men's individual will come shortly, and reminding you we have the two semi-finals and then the medal matches. So we have Mohit from India, just 19 years of age, pretty much an unknown archer, but he is very good. He's going to play a compatriot, Abhishek Verma, and in the second semi-final, Sergey Kristichu from Kazakhstan will play Kim Jong-Un of Korea. We'll have those two matches for you very shortly.
The next match is compound man individual semi-final, competing Mohit from India and Abhishek Verma from India. Please welcome the judge and coach. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the archers competing the semi-final for compound man individual semi-final.
Men's individual compound archery semi-final action here at the Asian Championships at Dhaka, Bangladesh. And we have an all-Indian
For compound match,
affair in this first match.
is going to be starting in the semi-final match. In target number 1, Mohit from India.
Just 19 years old in
Target
his
number 2,
international
Abhishek
debut.
Verma from India.
And Abhishek Verma, 32 years of age, world ranking
And,
of 6
our line judge
at the
for
moment.
this match is Suadrifat Sanjit.
Well, Mohit is a very interesting case. He finished just 16th in the qualifying, score of 695, but in the matches he's had fantastic form, scores of 149, 148 and 148. Pretty amazing scoring there. And in that 1-8 elimination, he faced Choi Yong-hee of Korea, the top seed, and beat him in a shoot-off 10-9. Brilliant stuff from the 19-year-old. And then Verma on the other side of the equation, who's on target number 2, has had good wins, whereas he's scored very well as well as he starts off this match in this end number 1. Verma's scores have been 149, 150, the maximum score, and then 149 in his quarterfinal.
X.
So Nicky in his 3 matches has only dropped 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, Verma is a very experienced archer on the circuit. Good success this year as well, so yeah, he's on form.
9.
It's that commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, he won a silver in the World Teams Champs, didn't he?
10.
Earlier this year.
Yes, he did. And he also won the World Cup in Paris this year, third stage of the Hyundai World Cup, taking the gold medal.
10.
So Verma and Mohit are 2 very good archers. This fellow here, very hot streak of form at the moment.
9.
And we're going to end up with a tied score after the first end. Yeah, when I was doing my research on Mohit, I didn't really find much, I've got to say, Nicky, on this young fellow here. So he's starting to get some tongues wagging.
Yeah, you know, this is come out of lockdown, and we don't know who's out there. Been out there training hard in the background, and now starting to see these new faces come out on the circuit for the first time. So yeah, really exciting.
Well, that win in the 1-8 elimination must have been spectacular for him, beating Choi in a shoot-off 10-9, the top seed. Remember, he only finished 16th in the qualifications. Not often you see an archer ranked that lowly take out the top seed in competition play, but Mohit wasn't overawed, it seems.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that match can be really difficult though. First seed against the sort of 16th seed, and to be fair, even though you ranked 16th, 695 is a reasonable score. You know, it's not a bad score at all, and he showed that he's capable.
Yes, indeed. So 29 placed 29 after the first end. Now Abhishek Verma to start the second end. He's a good archer, this fellow. Remember, he also won the gold medal in this event 4 years ago.
So there's very different styles being used between these two archers, both using handheld releases. But watch Verma, his thumb on that release aid, smooth action, whereas Mohit is kind of punching the trigger. So watch his thumb, all of a sudden he makes a movement, and instead of seeing that lovely alignment that we see from a lot of archers where the shot kind of breaks, we see a very different movement from that back arm.
Looks like it's grabbed the line, so Verma will sit down after the second end. 58.
10.
In fact, they've only scored out a 9-star at the moment, but Mohit finishes with a 10. And we'll just keep an eye on that last arrow there. Verma may find himself on 59. Here's the technique of Mohit. So we're just waiting for those scores to be ratified, and yes, you can see that score ticking over to 59 for Verma, which means it looks like he's got the perfect 3 from 3 in that end.
After 2 ends, target number 2, Abhishek Verma is leading with 1 point.
So yes, Verma leading now by a point, all confirmed, 59 to 58. Still plenty of arrows left in this semi-final. First of 2. Mohit to go first in the third end.
10. 9, maybe 10.
How similar it was to the last arrow that was under forensic examination in the last end.
Going for the liners here, isn't he? But looking more solid. So that reaction as the shot breaks, his front and back arm just breaking apart from each other. Nice balance through his shot.
9, maybe 10.
Well, that was excellent archery from Mohit. Looked like 3 10s there. A long hold for Verma. But there's no doubt about that third arrow. So we'll just keep our eye on that first arrow of Verma in that end. And also maybe one of the arrows from Mohit as well. So Verma potentially maybe on 89, maybe 88, and then we've also got Mohit possibly on 88 as well. That first arrow of Verma has been upgraded to a 10, so he goes to 89. That was all confirmed now. Which means we possibly could see both archers shooting perfect ends in that third end of the match.
The score is target number 1 is 80 and target number 2 is 89. So target number 2, Abhishek Verma, is leading with 1 point.
So yes, brilliant archery there from both of them, Nikki. Both perfect ends.
Yeah, really good standard here.
Well, Verma's on 89 out of a maximum of 90. He's only dropped 1 point in the contest so far. That was with the second arrow of the first end. Oh, it's dropped just to 2 points.
10. 9.
You could see him pulling that front arm across, couldn't you? You could see he'd aimed too far to the right, but couldn't make a difference to it.
X. 10.
Oh, now Mohit going for his... Oh, he just missed his 8th 10 in a row. Disappointed he didn't get it. He had that disappointment written all over his face there as Verma. Last arrow of end number 4.
X.
And it's a beauty, the best of the match so far. So 118 will play 117. This has been tight. It was locked up after end number 1. Just a point in it since then. And the next 3 ends, nothing to split these two since the 4th arrow of this 15-arrow match. Wow, it's beautifully poised, a semi-final with 3 arrows to come. Verma's composure has been impressive. Very experienced, of course, and young gun Mohit doesn't seem to be dropping his standards anytime soon. So, let's see where we head with 3 arrows to come.
X.
Let's watch that release again, the differences.
9.
Where that back arm ends up.
Well, Verma seems to be in a very good zone at the moment as he closes in on victory now. Last arrow here for Mohit. It's a beauty, but it won't probably, well, will it be enough? Famous last words from me, but Verma's form's been superb all the way through. Let's see if he can finish in style.
9.
Well, he can't quite, but it still will be good enough for victory. With Verma having a 2-point buffer heading into that last arrow, he'll drop back to having just a 1-point win, but he has secured victory with that last arrow and will go through to the gold medal match. And in doing so, put his compatriot Mohit, the teenager who's just 19, into the bronze medal match. But a great performance here from Abhishek Verma. 147 to 146 wins the semi-final. Well, Mohit showed us a glimpse of his talent coming through. We're going to enjoy watching him come through the system in future years, but Verma just seemed a little bit classy, do you think, in that match, Nikki?
Yeah, it was definitely a match of youth over experience, wasn't it? And experience this time came out on top. Like you say, we're going to see more of Mohit, I'm sure. 19-year-old, first appearance to get on this stage. You know, it's a great thing to do. But yeah, you can see the differences in the technique. More of a puncher kind of style. But yeah, he's going to be one for the future, I think.
So it's going to be Verma through to the gold medal match. Who will his opponent be? We'll have the next match for you in just a moment. It will feature Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan up against Kim Jong-Un of Korea for a spot in the gold medal match.
Please welcome the judge and coach. Compound man individual semi-final match. Please welcome the archers.
Well, out come the archers now. Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan, Kim Jong-Un of Korea. Kristichu, the 33-year-old, already a medalist here. Silver medalist in the teams event. Just missed bronze in a shoot-off in the mixed teams event.
In target number 1, we have Sergey Kristichu from Kazakhstan. Target number
World
2,
ranking at the moment 109.
Kim Jong-Un from Korea.
And here's Kim Jong-ho, who's 25 in the world, but he has been as high as number 3 back in 2018. Gold medalist in the teams event was Kim. Finished second in the individual qualification, did Kim, with a score of 709, and Kristichu was 5 points further back. Kristichu has had some amazing results in the individual. He's had 3 matches. 2 of them have been won in shoot-offs, where he's been closest to the centre twice on the same score with his opponents. So that was pretty tense stuff for the Kazakh archer. Now we see Kim to start this match. Kim starts with a 10. Kim scores and his wins in the individual, Nikki, 150, 149 and 149. He's been in really beautiful form.
Maybe 10.
Just dropping down below the 10. I'll be happy with that finish. Now can Kristichu apply early pressure? Yes! Stellar last arrow from him. Been impressed with Kristichu through the day so far today. He was very competitive in the earlier teams competitions, Nikki, and hopefully for Kazakh or fans of Kazakhstan archery, he can carry on that great form that we've just seen from him.
Jong-Un from Korea. After the first hand, we see in target number 1 got 30 points, and in target number 2, Kim Jong-Un got 20.
Yeah, he's been strong throughout the tournament. You know, when he's been shooting out here with his teammates, it gives you that kind of a taster of what it's like to be stood on this stage, and he's certainly been strong throughout.
Well, he started beautifully, didn't he, with 3 10s. So just the 1 point drop by Kim in that first end. And number 2 in the second semi.
I mean, what's kind of curious about both these archers is their unusual kind of twitch on their triggers. You don't often see that, but they've both got a very similar style. Obviously, the Korean shooting a handheld release aid, and the Kazakhstan athlete shooting with the wrist release. But they both kind of, you know, bounce a little bit on their triggers before they actually shoot.
Oh, Kristichu perfect so far. Oh, 3 X's there from Kim. Yeah, Kim's got the flicky little pinky, and it's the index finger for Kristichu.
Okay, I think we've had a problem with the timing system. So the judge, perhaps, or the timing system has just gone over. Someone's pushed the button too early, perhaps. So I'm sure that'll be reset for him to have 20 seconds left to shoot this arrow.
Well, it didn't have any impact on his momentum at all, did it? Could have easily done so, but Kristichu recovered beautifully there, so he has the perfect 60 from 60 in these first two ends.
Yeah, something like that sometimes can push you off your rhythm, but yeah, again, he showed his strength, didn't he? Just sticking with his process, just nice and relaxed, just carry on as normal.
Oh, Kristichu, that's a wonderful start for him. He's been in pretty good form all the way through. Just going back through the earlier scores in his mixed teams gold medal match. The men's teams, he finished with, what's that, 2, 4, 7, 8, 7 tens out of 8, which is pretty decent. And he only missed one. He got a 7 from 8 in his mixed teams match as well. So he's going pretty good today. Let's see if he can carry on. And Kim going pretty good too. He's only dropped the 1 point in number 3.
Ten. Nine.
Didn't miss it by much, did he?
Let's watch Kim's little finger and his thumb. It's his thumb which is on the trigger.
X.
As opposed to the index finger on this wrist release.
10.
Both a little bit to the right, making an adjustment.
Well, brilliant archery from Kim. He's now got 2 perfect ends in a row.
9.
Oh, no one just leaking ever so slightly to the right from Kristichu. So now he trails by 1 in what's been a very high quality match so far, and Kim looks very settled on the shooting line as he enjoys a 1 point lead, 89 to 88.
Target number 1 scored 88.
They didn't miss by much, did they? Particularly that first 9. First error of that last end from Kristichu, but one would get the feeling, Nikki, he needs to get back on that 10 streak to have any chance of upsetting the Korean now.
Yeah, he's got to keep up his normal process. I think he just went a little bit soft maybe with those shots, just going off to the right, but he knows what he needs to do.
So 2 ends to come in this semi-final. Kristichu from Kazakhstan trailing by 1.
X. X. X.
These shots are, I'd call them not pretty at the moment. I'm wondering if it's going to just fall off in a minute, but he's keeping those 10s in there.
10.
Kristichu back in touch there with 3 10s. It's as good as he can do in that 4th end. Now can Kim match him?
X.
You betcha. Brilliant effort from Kim. That's 3 perfect ends in a row now. He's only dropped 1 point in the match. 119 out of a maximum 120.
He's putting me on edge right now. You just see these shots being a little bit punchy, a little bit conscious. Some movements creeping in, but he's not phased. You know, he's not showing any emotion with it at all. He's just getting on with the job. They keep going in the 10, but this next end is the crucial one, the 5th and final. So can he keep up this confidence and not let the pressure get to him?
Wow, yes, that's a very good question, and one which will be answered in just a moment. So Kristichu looking pretty confident, but he trails by 1. He knows, and he'll be trying hard to do exactly what he just done in that last 4th end. 3 10s in a row, needs to do it again here. Last end of the semi-final.
X.
Well, that is superb from Kim. It's 10 consecutive 10s now.
Much longer hold, wasn't it?
It's going to have a big impact. Yeah, it's going to have a big impact, that score.
Just watch these movements there, his fingers. Conscious shot. That one had a better kind of follow through to it. Some of the others have been a bit dubious, but keep getting in the 10.
Wow, Sergey Kristichu finishes with a 10. He's only dropped 3 points in the match, but Jong-Un has a big chance here to go to 149, and he does it. Brilliant stuff from Kim Jong-Un. He only drops a point in the match, and his brilliant scoring in the individual competition continues. His 4 wins have seen him win 150, 149, 149, and 149. It's amazing scoring from Kim Jong-Un, the 27-year-old. He deserves to be in the gold medal match based on that form, and it is Kristichu with a high score too of 147. That's in fact his best score of the individual competition, but it's not enough to get through to the gold medal match. Kim Jong-Un goes through, and Kristichu will go to compete for the bronze. Well, an amazing performance from Kim there, Nikki.
Yeah, it really was. You know, just dropping 1 point in that first end and cleaning the rest of it. I mean, his form for me is not pretty. He's definitely punching it. He doesn't look like he's keeping that pressure, but he seems oblivious to it, and he's just sticking them in the 10 really nicely. I think he's going to be a great matchup for Abhishek Verma, and I'm really looking forward to that gold medal match.
Yeah, it's going to be really good if those two bring their best form to the shooting line. So they will compete in the gold medal match shortly. Abhishek Verma of India and Kim Jong-Un of Korea. We'll have the bronze medal match in just a moment. Mohit of India will be back out there, and Kristichu, after a quick drink and I don't know, do you have a time for a lie down after losing the second semi? Probably not much time to do that. Kristichu will be back out there in just a moment to compete for a bronze medal. So stay with us. We'll have those last 2 matches of the session coming up in just a moment.
Next match is compound men bronze medal match. Please welcome the judge and coaches. Please welcome the archers.
Well, out come the 2 archers now to compete for the bronze in the compound men's individual here at the Asian Archery Championships for 2021. And we have a match between Mohit of India and Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan.
Mohit from India.
Mohit, just 19 years of age, coming down by a single point in his semi to Abhishek Verma, 147-146. And here is Sergey Kristichu, of whom we've just seen being defeated by 2 points by Kim Jong-Ho, 149-147. And Sergey Kristichu, he's been around a while. He's 33, competed in 2 World Championships, been in World Cups, Universiade, Asian Games. This is his 4th appearance at the Asian Championships, but hasn't medalled at any major championship at all. So this could be a big moment in his career. He did win a medal here earlier. Remember, he got silver, but he'd love to add a bronze in the individual. As we get this bronze medal match underway, Kristichu to go first.
X. 9. 10.
Looking solid so far, like he has throughout today already.
X.
I think Mohit's going to be a little bit more erratic.
X.
Oh, Kristichu starts with 3 perfect arrows again.
10.
And Mohit comes back with a nice arrowed finish. So just a point in it after the first end. Remember, each archer shoots 15 arrows across the 5 ends, 3 per end. Cumulative score all the way to the maximum score you can get is 150.
10 is completed. We see the score in target number 1. Mohit got 29, and
Let's remind you too that earlier on in the
Kristichu got 30 points. So
day,
Sergey
congratulate Jyoti Verma of India, who won the women's individual. And it was the Korean teams which won all of the teams' titles, women's, men's and mixed. So in number 2 here, Mohit, 1 point behind Kazakhstan's Kristichu.
X. 9.
Just low, a little bit soft maybe in that shot.
X. 10.
Body reaction of the archer tells you a lot about what kind of balance they have whilst they're holding the bow.
9.
Mohit will score 29 in this end. Chance here for Kristichu to double
X.
the lead after the first end, which he's done so. In fact, he preserves that 1 point lead, so 59 plays 58 after the 2 ends. Kristichu, of course, just astray with that first arrow of that second end. So other matches, when they get to this business end of the championships, no matter where they are, Nikki, are always very tight.
So we see after
Yeah, absolutely. The standard's high. We've got some great archers, great countries here representing. So, you know, you've got to be on your game. You've got to be getting those 10s as much as you can, but the way to get them, stick to your process. All you're doing is, you know, going through your normal routine on that shooting line, and what will happen will be.
Yeah, it's replication, isn't it? Time and time again. So 1 point advantage for Kristichu.
X. X.
And see his arms just kind of drop as soon as that shot goes off, but nailing the 10.
Maybe 10.
Well, Mohit, can he finish with a perfect set? Or rather an end? Oh, he drops into the 8 zone. Now the shoulders slump, don't they, there on the youngster. Big chance here for Kristichu to move to a solid position, which he's done so. So a couple of 10s and a 9 there for Kristichu. And now the coach talking to Mohit, who looks visibly rattled a little bit with that 8.
Like I said, I just find his style a little bit erratic. He sets up the shot, but he really just punches the trigger, and you can see a lot of differences between what happens with his arms after that shot is executed. If you look at the Kristichu, you know, he's much more. I think he's still probably consciously setting off that release aid, but he's got more flow within his shot. His arms are creating more of a follow through. Generally, just a bit more solid.
So 2 10s and an 8 there for Mohit. Takes him to 86, so he's going to trail by 2.
From Kyrgyzstan is 88, so leading with 2 points.
So 6 arrows left in this bronze medal match. Mohit from India up against Kristichu of Kazakhstan. Don't forget the gold medal match coming soon between Abhishek Verma of India and Kim Jong-Un of Korea.
X.
Well, he starts these sets very strongly, Mohit. Nice arrow into the 10 zone.
10.
Kristichu is going very well again.
Yeah, this is a great recovery, isn't it? You know, when you've shot an 8, that can linger on your mind, but he's put it all behind him. Come out, attacked it again.
10. X.
Perfect end for Mohit. First one of this bronze medal match. Yes, and Kristichu finds his best form too and preserves that 2-point lead. An important last arrow there with just one end to come.
Already completed of compound men individual bronze medal match.
So wonderful scoring from Kristichu. 4 10s in a row now. Mohit was the maximum score as well, but
We see the score in
couldn't make up that 2-point deficit. Kristichu just too strong and too consistent.
And in target number 2, Kazakhstan is 100.
Nice stride it was too. Good body language, nice and positive from Kristichu as he walked back and got some congratulations from his coach. So last end coming up now in the bronze medal match. Are we going to get some drama to finish this match? Can Mohit make a comeback? He's down by 2. Just 3 arrows left.
X.
4 tens in a row now for the Indian. But that's 5 in a row now for Kristichu.
It's on the line, he'll get that 10. He needed to put the pressure on, he's got to do as much as he can.
Wow, Kristichu is saving his best form right for the very end of this match. Last arrow now for Mohit.
9.
Wow, drops into the 9 zone. So Kristichu has the chance here to win the bronze medal. A very good chance here. Yes! Some great archery from Sergey Kristichu secures him the bronze medal here in the men's individual compound at the Asian Championships. 148. He's only dropped 2 points in the match. And he's finished really strongly with 2 perfect ends. And there is the bronze medalists for 2021. It is Sergey Kristichu from Kazakhstan.
And the winner for the bronze medal is Sergey from Kazakhstan.
Well, a really good day for him, Nicky. Silver medal in the teams, bronze in the individual, and only just missing out on a bronze in the mixed teams in a shoot-off. Not a bad day's work.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic. I mean, it's been a great week for him, hasn't he? Qualified in 6th place with a 7:04 as well. He's shown his quality through the week and come home with his first individual bronze medal.
And that arrow there just underlined how good he was in that bronze medal match. And he thoroughly deserves his bronze medal, does Sergey Kristichu. He wins it by 3 in the end, 148 to 145. So very shortly, it'll be the last match of the session, and it's the gold medal match. It should be a cracking contest between Kim Jong-Ho of Korea and Abhishek Verma of India.
Please welcome the archer. The compound man individual gold medal match is competing Abhishek Verma from India and Kim Jong-Ho from Korea.
So here come the 2 archers now. Abhishek Verma, the 32-year-old from India, and Kim Jong-Ho of Korea, the 27-year-old, to compete for the gold medal here in the men's individual compound at the Asian Championships in Bangladesh.
In target number 1, we have Abhishek Verma from India. And in target number 2, Kim Jong-Ho representing Korea.
Well, Kim was impressive in beating Kristichu 149 to 147. Only dropped the 1 point in that semi-final. Verma dropped 3, but has been impressive in other matches. Shot the perfect 150 in his 1-8 elimination match against Saini of Iran. And he only dropped a point each in his 116 elimination and his quarter-final. So Verma, if he can replicate that form, and if Kim can replicate the form we just seen in the semi, it's going to be a terrific final. Here goes Kim. Silver medalist in the individual in 2017. Starts with a 10, and Verma won the gold that year. So these two have actually faced each other in this gold medal match before.
10.
Nice to get another meeting between these two 4 years later.
Verma's really looking more solid of the two, but just going wide.
Brilliant start from Kim. That's exactly what he would have been hoping for. 3 10s. Nice comeback there from Verma. He needed it too. He wouldn't want to have been to be down by 2 after the first end. So 30 plays 29.
Unofficially, we see both archer got same score of
Verma hugely successful through his career. Silver medalist at the World Championships. He's won medals basically in all the major events that he can compete in.
we see in target number 1
Kim too hugely successful.
and in target number 2.
So we do have the two of the very best that have been in recent times up there. Verma's world ranking at the moment 6. Has been as high as 4 back in 2018. And that was the same year Kim got to number 3 on the world rankings, but currently he's down in 25. But clearly if he's at his best, he's much higher ranked than 25. So let's see if he can continue to score at his best, which he started off doing in this gold medal match. In number 2 now, Verma to go first.
Just not looking too happy with those shots, is he? Setting them up nicely. Just a couple of wide 9s.
Verma comes back with a 10. And now Kim to end this second end. Yes, that's how to do it. So the archers go arrow for arrow in that second end. And it will conclude with Kim Jong-Un still leading by 1 point. So just 1 point in it. And the 1 point really comes back to that second arrow of the first end.
58.
When
Target number 2 is 59.
Verma
So Kim
scored a 9, and that was when Kim, who's had 5 10s from his 6 arrows so far, just was able to keep his nose in front. So here we go. In number 3, Abhishek Verma, Kim Jong-Un. India versus Korea. You're watching the men's individual compound final here at the Asian Archery Championships of 2021. Hope you're enjoying the match.
X.
Well, Kim continues this hugely high standard. 16s from 7.
9, maybe
Longer hold that time from Verma, but it looked like it grabbed the outside of that 10 ring. Very important for him that he did. And there's Joe again, or Kim Jong-Ho, continuing his great run. Wow, Verma, 3 10s, and he needed that. It's come at just the right time, but Kim can match him.
9, maybe 10.
Now that one looks like it might have just missed. However, we will wait for that to be ratified at the target end. So that means we could have a tied score here with 6 arrows to come, which is a lovely little twist to the match for neutrals. But I guess if you're a fan of either of these two archers, it's probably just ramped up the tension just that a little bit more. That one there just looked like it missed. Kim not quite as happy as he might have been. Well, might have grabbed the 10 line. It looks like it has just. So that score has been upgraded. Critical there for Kim in the context of this match. How valuable that point will be for him, we will see. We'll just put a little asterisk next to that last arrow of the third end as Verma tries again. Oh, yes. Fourth end is underway in this gold medal match. Now Kim continues this high quality output. He's showing no signs of faltering or even giving Verma a sniff at the moment. Oh, great archery there from Verma. Now he's scored 7 10s in a row. But Kim here to preserve this 1-point lead. And he's done so. Wow, Kim has matched Verma. These two are going great. The last 2 ends, all of the archers, or both archers have scored 10s on every arrow now. It's a remarkably high standard again. And Nicky Hunt, this comes down to the last 3 arrows of the match. And can Verma find a way in here? Kim's been so solid through it. He leads by a point.
Yeah, everybody keeps the pressure on now, doesn't it? 1 point in it, just the last 3 arrows. No, both these archers can shoot 10s. Under this pressure now, who can hold their nerve?
Well, let's go back. That last arrow of the third end, which was upgraded from a 9-star from Kim, it only just must have hit the outside of the 10 line. And I circled that arrow because I thought that one there, that point, that extra point that Kim got could be critical to the outcome of this match. Last end now of the men's gold medal match. Verma.
9, maybe 10.
Oh boy, that one is going to be examined closely.
X.
Well, there's no doubt there about that one from Kim.
Watch that release hand again. Just trying to make that action smooth.
Well, that's 9 10s in a row for Kim. This has to be a 10 for Verma to have any chance. It is. So Kim now will put this out of reach if he scores another 10, and he'll win the gold. Yep, he's got it. Fantastic archery from Kim Jong-Ho, and he's the gold medalist here in the Asian Championships in the men's individual compound, and a stunning performance again from him. Just 1 point off the maximum score of 150, and he's just been too good in this competition. Unbelievable scoring from him all the way through. In his 5 matches, he scored 150, 149, 149, 149, and 149. That is amazing scoring from Kim Jong-Ho, and he thoroughly deserves that gold medal. Finishes with a score of 149, and he has beaten Abhishek Verma of India, who will have to settle for silver. Well, that's wonderful scoring, Nikki, from the Korean all the way through.
Yeah, it really is. You know, the only reason really his world ranking has dropped down to 25th now is the Koreans just haven't been out there this year in that World Cup series. He hasn't picked up the world ranking points that he's needed, but he's come here to this championships and shown his quality, beating one of the best archers who has been out there on the circuit this year. Congratulations to Kim Jong-Un taking the gold medal.
Yes, indeed. And Abhishek Verma can just actually tell you that that first arrow on that last end was upgraded to a 10, so he finished with a score of 148. So he also scored very well through that match. He finished with 9 10s, 10 10s in a row. In fact, both of them did. It's unbelievable scoring from them. But there you are. It is Kim winning the gold, Verma the silver, and it was Kristichu of Kazakhstan getting the bronze medal. And we'll have that medal ceremony for you very shortly. So Korea not getting the gold in the women's individual here at these championships, but bouncing back nicely to win the men's individual title. So 4 of the 5 titles being won by Korea in the compound at these Asian Championships. We will see if they can match or even better that in the recurve, which is coming up tomorrow. I'm looking forward to bringing you coverage of all of the events tomorrow for the recurve as well.
Jong-Ho, tight match, but you came out on top at the end. How does it feel?
타이트한 경기였는데 마지막에 그래도 그걸 이겨내고 승리를 했습니다. 어떤 느낌인지.
연습했던 것처럼 그러니까 연습 때처럼만 쏘자라고 생각을 해서 이렇게 계속 긴장되는 과정 속에서 이제 그런 제 루틴을 계속 떠올렸기 때문에 마지막에 10점 쏠 수 있었습니다.
He tried to shoot as a practice, so even if he was nervous a little bit, he tried to keep calm. They remember by his practice mode.
Asian Championships, it's a big event and Korea is dominating. How important is it to you to finish the year with a gold medal?
뭐 한국에서의 경쟁도 매우 치열한데 아시아 선수권 대회가 본인한테 주는 느낌은 감정은 어떤 건지 의미는.
한동안 시합을 많이 못했었기 때문에 그리고 아시아에서 최강자를 가리는 그런 시합이기 때문에 저한테 더 뜻깊은 시합이고 이번 시합 때 우승하게 돼가지고 정말 기쁘고 앞으로 더 발전할 수 있는 모습 보여드리려고 열심히 운동하겠습니다.
He couldn't have international matches for a long time, so it means a lot to him. And plus, this competition is to find the best archer in Asia. That means a lot to him. So he's really proud of it.
Okay, last question. Asian Games in Hangzhou next year. How confident is he of a gold there as well?
내년에 있는 아시안 게임에서 어떤 자신감, 금메달을 딸 자신감 어떻게 느낌 가지고 있는지.
오늘 경기 운영했던 것처럼 차분하게 내년 아시안 게임 때도 올 겨울에 열심히 준비해서 내년 아시안 게임에도 멋진 모습 보여드릴 수 있도록 잘 준비하겠습니다.
So he'll definitely try to remember this match, this competition over here, and he's gonna try his best to get better this winter. So he'll do his best, and best result come out in Asian game. He hope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, some nice words there from Kim Jong-Ho, the winner of the gold medal by just a single point in the men's individual compound by 149 to 148 against Abhishek Verma of India. And Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan was the winner of the bronze medal. So congratulations to all the medalists. Just before we have the medal ceremony for you, I remind you that the women's team's gold was won by Korea. The men's team's gold was won by Korea too. And the mixed team's bronze was won by Iran, silver to India, gold to Korea. So Korea winning 3 teams events and, of course, winning the men's individual there. And earlier it was Jyoti Sureka Vena of India winning the women's individual title. So well done to all the winners in the compound. We now have the medal ceremony for the men's individual.
Please welcome the medalist. Compound man individual event. The victory ceremony in 22nd Asian Archery Championship 2021. The bronze medal for compound man individual goes to Sergey Kristichu from Kazakhstan, and the medal will be presented by Ahmedur Rahman Bablu, General Secretary, Bangladesh Gymnastic Federation. The silver medal. The silver medal representing India, Abhishek Verma. And the medal will be presented by Mahfuzur Rahman Siddiqui, Vice President, Bangladesh Archery Federation. And now the most prestigious gold medal for compound man individual goes to Kim Jong-Ho representing Korea. And the medal will be presented by Mr. Saad, board member of World Archery Asia and TD of this championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Republic of Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to the athletes.
Well, congratulations to Kim Jong-Ho of Korea winning the gold in the men's individual, Abhishek Verma of India the silver, and Sergey Kristichu of Kazakhstan who got the bronze here at the men's compound individual at the 2021 Asian Archery Championships. That concludes our coverage of these championships today. And we can remind you that we'll be back for the recurve matches in the teams and individuals tomorrow. Action will start at 10 a.m. local time. That's 4 a.m. GMT on Friday the 19th of November. So we look forward to your company then. On behalf of Nikki Hunt and the entire team that brought you the coverage here today of the compound, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.